What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Over the Octagon podcast. We're going to recap for you this fight the past weekend, UFC St. Louis, Derek Lewis, Joaquin Buckley, Chase Hooper, a lot of outstanding performances. For audio-only listeners, don't forget, turn on the automatic downloads on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music so you never miss another episode. And on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, rate our show. Give us the 5-star. Help us bring this thing to the next level. Peace.
Hey, pussy, are you still there?
I actually admire that you can actually be this fake. And like when the TV comes on, how you can just change. You're the scum of the earth.
You don't doubt to me, so I couldn't do it. The odds that I couldn't do it. Look at me now. Look at me. That's it.
We're back, baby. We're back. UFC St. Louis, number one recorded fight night of all time, according to statistics. And Dana White, number one gate for a fight night. St. Louis showed up, didn't even know they had an actual city that cared about UFC. Guess we found out real quick. And it turned out to be a banger, boys.
Yeah.
It was not bad. I mean, we were thinking coming off of what? 301 or 300, we were going to get 301, a mediocre pay-per-view, and then we were going to get two fight nights that were kind of just like, blah.
Yeah, I still feel that way about next week, but it turned out to be good.
This one actually turned out to be good. They actually went back, added some fights, made a couple adjustments, made some changes, and turned out to be a pretty solid fight night, starting from the prelims. I mean, you can even look at the prelims and say, like, man, there's some names on there that you would expect to see in main cards of fight nights, like Tabitha Ricci, who's fought on a few pay-per-views last year, like Chase Hooper, who's a rising star, who's fought on pay-per-views, Terrence McKinney, who can't figure out if he wants to be on the main card or the prelims based on the outcome of his fights. I mean, we're just here, boys. I mean, we're here.
We are here.
But yeah, let's get right into it. I'd like to start out with I guess we can start with the prelims, kind of talk about it a little bit. A couple of highlight fights of the prelims. Starting with this Tabitha Ricci getting the split decision over Tisha Pennington. I guess she wishes she was a girlfriend because she fucking sucks, just like her girlfriend. But shout out to Baby
Wife.
Shark.
Yeah,
wife, girlfriend, whatever. I forget they're married. Doesn't count.
Yeah, Tisha Pennington, Raquel Pennington's wife. I didn't know that until about 5 minutes ago. So
Wait, no way. I'm sorry. I didn't know that at all.
But you didn't know that? That's her real wife, dude.
Did not know
dope.
that.
Yeah, it's really dope, actually.
Well,
You
good
thought she
on
was straight?
Baby Shark. Good on.
No,
well,
I
no.
definitely knew she wasn't straight. You knew that part. A blind man knew that. By the sound of her fucking leg kicks.
But speaking of Baby Shark, though, like, has she kind of regressed a little bit?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I don't know if she's regressed. I feel like she's kind of. I don't know. Women's MMA is so weird, dude, because
there was a time last year where we were saying she's a top contender.
Yeah, but she was also fighting. She was fighting no one. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, it's like women's MMA in the UFC is like if you're in the top 3, they're good, except for bantamweight, and then everybody else is just like kind of whatever. Like I feel like you could shuffle the rankings from like 5 to 15, and it's like anybody's game.
That is true. Well, enough about women's MMA. Let's get into the nitty gritty of the fight.
Shout out Baby Shark.
Shout out Baby Shark. We do
You're fine as fuck.
Happy Mother's Day. And so right after that, we have this guy is either getting knocked the fuck out or doing the knocking out. It just makes no sense. I mean, I got to give him credit, dude. As much as I get disappointed when he loses like he does, he really is like a first-rounder bust type of guy. If you put him in there, he's either going to go out there and knock someone out in the first round or get knocked out in the first round. And his record just makes no sense to me. Like, his wins are crazy. His losses are even crazier. Like, he's like one fight away from being cut every fight.
Yeah.
or going to, like, better and, like, what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
or getting put against a top 15 guy. It makes no sense.
Teeter-tots every day.
But Ribovic, man, I mean, what a beautiful, like, it almost kind of reminded me, I mean, not necessarily of the way that BSD knocked out Matt Favola with like that kind of like offsetting kick, because it wasn't like it wasn't like sideways like his was, but just that like they were coming in, the jab, like a duck under, and then just came with the kick, caught him clean across the face.
Shin to chin, baby.
Oof.
Dude, and right when it happened, just set him up on the cage, dude. Like, man, I feel bad for Terrence McKinney because, like, if you truly knew the man's story, like, the guy's been through more shit than probably 80% of America could ever even go through in their lives. I mean, he's been pronounced dead. He's been revived. Like, this dude is the real deal when it comes to going through shit. And, I mean, I got to give him a little bit of credit, man. He goes out there for wars, and he either gets fucking knocked out or he doesn't knock it out. So, I'm curious to see what's next with him, though, because I really don't know what's next for him after the outcome of that fight. So,
right, yeah.
I'm trying to see
that's
what's
a tough
next
one to
with
come back
Esteban.
from.
Absolutely.
Oh, I mean, Ribovic he looked solid.
Yeah, he did.
I mean,
he did as good as he could have done, right? Like, he won the fight and looked as good as anybody could look.
Exactly. I'm sure that got I'm sure that got a bonus, right?
I'm not sure. I don't know what the bonuses were
Let me check.
for that.
And then following, check on that while we're talking about the next one. Following that,
No
we
bonus.
had the headline fucking prelim fight, Chase Hooper with a big victory over Borshev.
Yeah, that was dominant, bro.
He looked great, dude. Just seeing him after the end of the first round, how his face was just destroyed. Chase Hooper even got a knockdown in the first round, man, and still ended up getting it. I kind of felt bad for people who had him by TKO. I saw a couple videos of people who had him by TKO, and obviously he had him pretty much finished. Ref never called the finish, and then he ended up getting the submission. So. Really curious to see what's next with him, though. Like, what do you feel is a good fight for him next? Like, what do you think's next? Top 15? Like what's next for Chase Hooper?
Shoot, that's tough, man.
It's a stacked division, right? He's lightweight now. He's not cutting to featherweight anymore. That division's just like, I don't know. Man. It's so deep. Like, you have unranked guys that, like, he's I don't think you give him a top 15 fight yet.
You don't think so?
Nah, I don't think so.
Maybe like 20?
I think you got to give him like a guy that's like kind of in our boy Frivola's position, right?
Okay.
Like, you give him a guy that's on like the fringe, like
top 15?
like ranked top 15, kind of just outside of it, ranked top 15, kind of just outside of it. I think you give him somebody like that. He wins that fight the same way or close to it, then like he pretty much cements his spot in the top 15. Then you give him, a bigger name, a Jalen Turner, a Dan Hooker.
Give him Drew Dober right now. I feel like Drew Dober would be a grilly fight, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's not a bad. Yeah, that's a guy that's just outside of the top 15 now.
Yeah,
who's been in there plenty of times before.
Yeah.
So he's likely to win that. And even like guys like Bobby Green, Bobby Green's right there on the cusp of the top 15. He's been around. This could be like the last fight for Bobby Green coming up. Like, we don't know how much time Bobby Green's got left. The dude's been fighting. His record just shows it. He's got like 50 career fights,
50 fights or something.
Fights, dude.
Yeah.
So,
that was as dominant of a first round I've ever seen. Like, so every judge scored that fight 10-8 from what I understand. Yep. And like, people were genuinely surprised that Chase Hooper didn't score a 10-7 round.
Yep. It was that dominant.
Oh, it would be a good one, dude. Ooh. Paddy Pimblett, bro.
People have been saying it.
Those two fight each other. That looked like the dorkiest fight ever.
I think we need Paddy Frivola. Like, that's got to happen. That right there is the fight to make.
It seems like, from what I'm watching on, social media and stuff that's happening, it seems like Moicano might be the fight for Paddy.
Yeah, but Moicano, I don't think that should be it though. Like, do you think Paddy deserves a top 10 fight?
No, Moicano called him though. You know what I mean? It's not like Paddy's calling his shot. Like, that's the thing I hate, and like. It's unfortunate because fuck Paddy Pimblett, but like, everybody's calling his name.
Yeah, like
so at the end of the day, he can Like, he has the power because he has the popularity. You know, he doesn't even hold the ranking. You have a guy that's ranked 10th in Moicano that's calling an unranked fighter out.
Yeah, to me that's dumb. But he just wants the money fight. Like Moicano,
Big
if you
name.
want a money fight, dude, call out like someone in the top 5. Call out Charles Oliveira. Imagine Moicano versus Charles Oliveira.
Oh, fuck.
Like,
Yeah.
you want to call somebody out. Call a guy that's on a 2-fight losing streak that's still in the top 5 of the division.
Still a legend.
And still a legend. Like, do you think that Moicano Oliveira would be a good fight? I do.
I do. Yeah, or even like
especially after Moicano's past 2 fights, like him just coming off of such a break, and he's looked great. I mean, yeah, he got dropped by Jalen Turner, but he still ended up winning the fight, you know?
He did, yeah. His ground game's good. He'd be able to. I think Charles would beat him, but that would be a good matchup.
I think it would be a fun fight.
But either way, I mean, Chase Hooper, yeah, I think you give him a guy. Yeah, I like the Drew Dober thing, honestly. I like the Dober call out. I think that's a tough lightweight.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's a really tough lightweight to kind of test your feet before you get one of these ranked opponents. Because everybody that's ranked in the 155-pound division is a killer.
Agreed.
For real.
And then to start off the main card, according to Dana White, like, did you guys watch this fucking fight? This fight sucked.
Yeah, I mean, it just goes to show you, man, heavyweight grappling. Gotta love that.
Oh, man, I tweeted about it. I said, dude, and Rebellis Despain, fraud check? Got to be, right?
Oh, yeah.
So much hype around this guy. The guy's like the fucking Uno Jalton Almeida reverse card.
I hate
Uno
it.
reverse card of Jalton Almeida. Like, guy swears he can only strike, can't grapple worth a shit. Jalton Almeida can only fucking grapple, can't strike for shit.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
You saw him fight Andre Arlovsky, his fight before this, and I fucking hated him.
And he's not that good, dude. He's not that great.
He sucks, bro. He sucks, man. His whole dancing shit, like Andre was like, fuck that. You're not even hurting me, bro.
Yeah, I hated that. He was doing that shit with Rebellis Despain too, like, come on, man. Like,
yeah.
Come on.
Just how he is, I guess. But, I mean, in this, like, I mean, it was a shitty fight, but at the end of the day, like, he just fucking exposed this dude.
Yeah, he did. He really did.
He embarrassed him, honestly. Like,
got to go to the PFL, right?
Yeah, honestly, he would be a big name for the PFL.
Huge name.
He doesn't belong here.
Nah, I agree.
You know?
Completely gone immediately. No more.
But
hype.
we'll see. I mean, you give him, let's see what his next fight. I mean, I don't know what his contract's like. You know what I mean? But man, he better be going to hit the wrestling room a little bit, because that was just tragic, bro. Absolutely tragic.
That's pretty
tragic.
And then we have another guy who's on a tear right now, man. Sean Woodson versus Alice Caceres. I mean, Sean Woodson. I mean, and by the way, this fight was close. It was really
I was
good.
going to say that. This
fight was closer than a lot of people think.
Oh yeah.
That and you can see it on our screen right now. So it shows you the judges' scorecards: 30-27, 29-28, 29-28. That 30-27 is the most egregious fucking score.
Yeah,
like that's the most.
So fucked.
I've rewatched this fight twice.
Yeah,
and like, dude, I honestly feel like Bruce Leroy won. That was my like.
Really?
After I watched it the first time, I thought that. I watched it again, and I was like, I think he won the second and third round.
I think he won the second and third round too. I was just going to say that. I think he lost the first round, and then about a minute and a half into the second round, he won the last 3.5 minutes of that round.
I agree. But either way, I mean, dude, these guys, both of them, it was a good fight. Sean Woodson, dude, his boxing and just his striking in general is so clean. Like,
and
he's so
he's
fast.
Be a guy that's hard to beat, man.
He's so tall. Yeah, he's so long.
Tall, so long. Like, and he's good.
He is good.
So, like, for a featherweight, dude, he's like twice the size of Ilya.
Yeah.
Shit.
Very
good.
My
God.
Dude.
He's very good.
It's going to be tough to beat him in that division, man. I'm just, regardless of how good someone is. Yeah. They ain't going to be able to get in close enough.
Yeah, you get a dominant wrestler or something. I mean, he's going to have a tough time with that.
Like, dude,
know?
imagine. I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but he's probably what? How tall is he? 6 foot. Probably
He's
6 foot. 6'2"?
6'2", yeah. Yeah, 6'2".
So
Damn, Joel, he has your exact birthday.
Is it June 7th?
1992.
Oh, shit. We were born on the same day?
Holy
Sean Woodson?
yeah.
Hey, that's my dog, though.
He fights at featherweight. You know, he used to be a heavyweight amateur boxer.
Yeah.
I remember seeing this.
He lost,
So he's
like 100 pounds.
He's 3 inches taller than Max Holloway. So imagine Bulk fighting Sean Woodson. I mean, yeah Bulk is great, but like, he's gonna have. It's gonna be so. It's gonna take a guy like Alex Caceres to beat him, or somebody taller, or Max, or somebody who's
or really like a wrestler. I think a really good wrestler could get in there and
think so.
Yeah, you take him down. The reach advantage doesn't matter anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like give it like if he fights Aljo, right?
I think he should fight Max. I think he should fight Yair.
His last 2 fights, man, have been nuts. Yeah.
I think Yair knocks him out.
Yair fucking kills
way
him.
better than him.
You think so?
Yeah, for sure.
Even after Yair's last few fights?
Yeah.
Yair's
still fourth in the featherweight, dude. He's not an unranked. Like, we're not going to sit here and act like an unranked Sean Woodson is going to come in here and fucking dog walk Yair Rodriguez. That's the most disrespectful shit I've ever heard.
Yeah. He barely beat Charles Jourdain, man.
We just got done saying how we think he lost this fight to Bruce Leroy, and you're going to sit here and act like
no. I just said it's going to take a guy like him.
What the fuck?
Because
Joel?
like short guys, it's gonna be a tough fight for him. Regardless,
fight it, Sean Shurkin.
Depends on the style. Like a boxer type, a guy like I don't know. I'm looking at like a Dan Ige. That's kind of tough. Even if you gave him like
Mitchell,
a little,
that's a good fight.
You got up Bryce Mitchell. Hey,
he might fuck Bryce Mitchell up.
I mean, Bryce Mitchell's number 12,
right?
Oh,
but we'll see. But I mean, I had Bruce Leroy winning this, so I was a little disappointed, and I feel like that 30-27 is ridiculous because there's no way. I don't see how there's any way he won the 5th round at all. Like, that was hometown judges. He's from St. Louis.
St. Louis, yeah.
So
you might be right.
I don't know.
I don't know. But either way, both of the guys are good.
Good fight, man.
So. And then next fight on the card, Diego Ferreira and then Rebecca. Rebecca came in as the heaviest favorite on the card, only to get beat by a 39-year-old.
Yeah.
Who literally almost got knocked out in the first round and ended up beating the shit out of this guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
good shit, man.
Shout out to Diego Ferreira. I mean,
that's
great
wild.
fight. There's nothing better. You should if you saw the guy's face, that's all you needed to see.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. His eyes were swollen shut. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Bad.
I didn't know he was 39. That's nuts.
Yeah, 39, dude.
Holy fuck.
And then the next fight on the card, we can talk about it for as long as it lasted because it was about the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. Alonzo Manifeld came in like the damn water boy, running in like he was going to fucking knock somebody out. And he just got 3-piece straight to the ground, buddy.
Yeah,
like,
that was so weird.
Came with his head down, man.
I couldn't believe it, dude. I was like, and you know what the worst part is? This is the shit that's funny, dude. So this is the first time I've gotten my wife to finally watch fighting.
No
way. The first
way.
thing she has to watch is this guy running like an idiot and get knocked out. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, it was cool, but like, I swear that some of these guys are good. I promise. And then, and then she had to sit there and watch Rebellis Disbane, and she was like, "Dude, this sucks." I'm like, "I'm sorry, baby. Like, maybe
you're right. It does suck.
With me. This does suck." But I mean, Alonzo Manifeld, I don't know what he was doing, dude. I don't even know why he did what he did. It made no sense. To be honest, deserved to be knocked out for that.
Carlos is good, dude. He's good.
He is good. 11-1.
6 fights in the UFC. I think 4 by knockout. He's a beast, man. I like him. Those hooks are wild. Got power in this.
He is good.
Yeah, definitely got some power, and it just goes to show you, like, that right there is a good example for like if you've ever seen the meme, like the Bradley Martin memes of like, you know, I'm 260, like he thinks he could like beat these smaller UFC guys in a street fight.
Oh, I hate that motherfucker.
And it's like this is like Alonzo Menifield just did what people do in a street fight, right? They run at you just like crazy, and you get a guy that's high level training in the UFC, just put your dick in the dirt. I mean, It was over before it even started. 12-second knockout.
So dumb,
dude. That's nuts.
I don't know what he was thinking, man, but he sold the bag.
Yeah, he definitely did. That's a cuttable fight right there.
Yeah,
that's a cuttable fight.
Yeah.
Next fight on the list, man, the co-main event. Gotta give him, man. I gotta give it to him, dude. I'm becoming a fan.
The king of St. Louis.
I'm
the king of St. Louis.
Dude. Joaquin Buckley destroyed Ruziboev.
Yeah.
Like, gave him the business.
Yeah.
I mean, he's unlocked this new chamber, dude. His last three fights have been good, man.
Yeah.
Give him whoever the fuck he wants. I want to see it, dude. If Buckley wants to fight anybody in the top 7, give it to him. Doesn't matter. I want to see it.
I think he needs to get like fundamentally sound first. He's super strong. There are situations that he shouldn't have been in, and if he was going against anyone that was really, really good, he would have knocked him out of that position.
Dude,
and he overpowers everybody. He overpowers everybody. I mean, I don't know, man. I like him a lot.
At a certain point, that like just sheer strength can only take you so far.
That's true. But he has cardio for all the rounds. He's big. Yeah. I mean, dude, his takedown was almost unstoppable. Like it was brute strength.
It's like a spear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a fucking spear, man.
I mean, against a kickboxer, right? Ruziboev is not really known for his wrestling and his grappling. He's a kickboxer, so it's kind of like it's one of those styles makes fights kind of thing, and his style dominated that fight. That's another interesting scorecard, though, right? Like 30-27, 30-26. You have a 30-26, then you have a 29-27.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Like, what are we like, I don't understand. Like, I know judges sit on all different opposite sides of the cage. So, like, is there, like, some weird viewpoint in St. Louis that these judges are watching these fights from to where, like, they aren't seeing anything? Did they, like, put them behind one of the corner posts to where they couldn't watch the fight?
Blind
or, like,
spot.
Yeah, they were just guessing at scoring. Like, how do you get so there's a 10-8. One judge gave it all the rounds to Buckley, including a 10-8. Then the other judge gave Ruziboev a round. Where? Yeah, what round did he win? What fucking round did he win?
No clue.
None of them. He got dog walked, bro.
It wasn't even close.
He got dog walked.
I want to see whatever he wants. Like, whatever Buckley wants, let's give it to him. Fuck it. Why not? The guy is hot right now. And I love his call out of Gilbert Burns. I think that's a great step up. Whoa. Straight into the top 10, straight into the top 7. And then, a guy like Gilbert Burns, you're either going to get caught up in, something. I mean, Gilbert Burns he's still elite as fuck, but he's and I'd like to see it. I'm not against it.
I like that. I like even the Sean Brady idea that Nick just put out there. I think that's awesome too.
Be a good fight.
Especially with Sean Brady's grappling.
Yeah, right?
That would but I mean, Gilbert Burns is kind of the same way, right? So it's kind of like, I think it's either one of those, man. But he called out Gilbert Burns. Obviously he called out McGregor in the post-fight press conference. But then they asked him, afterwards, like a realistic call out. He mentioned Gilbert Burns. Yeah, I like it. Give it to him. Fucking give it to him.
I do too. I want to see it. I think we're going to see it. I think we may see it at towards the end of the year.
Yeah, I love that.
That's sick.
But shout out to Buckley, man.
Yeah, King of St. Louis, baby.
King of St. Louis now, brother.
Let's go. Bye.
And then the heavyweight main event, baby. I mean, as much as you want to say you hate heavyweight main events, if it's Derek Lewis, there's an exception because the guy's just going to do what he does best, and that's just be himself. Like, I don't know if you heard, and I had to point this out to my wife, his coach, what he said in the corner at the end of the third round or the end of the second round. He said, he's like, dude, just go out there and knock him the fuck out.
No way.
Yeah. That's what he said to him. He was like, and basically he's like, all right. And then he went out there and knocked him out in the third round.
Yeah, he did.
Derek Lewis.
And
man.
then he proceeded to take his cup out, throw it at the commentary station, turn around, moon the crowd, like pants his opponent, like fan off his opponent after
he did do that. I thought that was wild.
Yeah, took off his pants, took his shorts off,
and then fanned him with him. Yeah, that was crazy.
That's nuts.
Yeah,
dude,
that's
and
so
then
crazy.
proceeded to take his cup out, and then proceeded to throw it, and then dude, moon the crowd, like that shit was funny.
Yeah, Derek Lewis is a national treasure.
He is.
He should be protected at all costs, no matter what.
And the best part is Dana White is all for whatever Derek Lewis wants, Derek Lewis gets. He loves Derek Lewis. Whatever he wants it. Let's get it.
Right.
I mean, you can't go wrong. You got to love Derek Lewis. And he's like, I'm getting too old for this shit. Brother, you've been fighting for a hot minute. I bet you are.
Yeah, he's 39. Or how old is he, 39?
Yeah, he's old, 39.
Yeah, so, I mean, but he's still good. He's got the most knockouts in UFC history, right?
Yep. I believe so.
Especially with Matt Brown retiring. Matt Brown was the other one that was kind of like right there with Derek Lewis.
Yep.
But Matt Brown hadn't fought in a little bit. His last fight he won by knockout, I think, and then now he retired officially. And Derek Lewis is still not getting knockouts on his belt, man. I mean, that's going to be a record that's going to be incredibly difficult to break.
Yep. Well, since we're talking about Derek Lewis, I guess it's the perfect time to transition out of the fight card into Derek Lewis's post-fight interview where he said that he wants to give the WWE a try.
Okay.
Imagine
and Dana said, "Sign him up. I'm all for it."
Would he tag team with Rikishi and give people the stink face? You know he would.
So he got asked. He said, "If you do go to the WWE, like, are you going to wear a costume or whatever?" And he was like, "I'm going to wear the same style as the original Gold Dust."
Yeah.
Dusty Rhodes.
Yep.
He was like, "I'm going to dress up like the OG Gold Dust, dude."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my gosh, dude, that would be awesome." He'd be great out there.
Derek the Black Beast Lewis in a bunch of glitter. Gold.
He could just be called the Black Beast and then just go out there and glitter and spray paint.
Yeah, fucking do whatever he wants, dude.
That shit would be hilarious, bro. I'd watch every single event.
Yeah,
Derek
for
Lewis
sure.
was on if he did that.
Incredible.
But yeah, so now that we just finished up a fight night in St. Louis, I guess it's a good time to bring up what also was said after the fight. That Dana White is ready to get out of the Apex. He was speaking very highly on not having any more Apex cards this year or ever, kind of transitioning out of the Apex and only doing events in home states, which is great for possibly Atlanta. You never know.
Philly,
we may be getting some cards in our states, boys. It's possible.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, I mean, he said it and he seemed pretty serious about it. Like he didn't kind of hesitate. He was like, "Yeah, we need to get out." I mean,
I think especially after you have an event like that you mentioned earlier broke the fight night gate record.
Yep.
So obviously
you saw them dollar signs, brother.
Crazy popular event. I mean, the fans and media people have been calling for less of Apex.
Nobody wants that shit, man.
Yeah, and how terrible would this card have been if it was in the Apex? Like,
if he was smart,
hit the same.
If he was smart, they would only host Power Slap there. Like, turn that into like the Power Slap arena, and like if there's like a massive because they were also talking about like in the future, are we going to ever see like Friday night Slap, Saturday night UFC, and Sunday night WWE? Like a how it used to be back in the day, event. Like 3-day things. And he was like, absolutely, that's already in the work. We have dates set to do that, like back to back to back.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
So like that's freaking sick, dude.
Yeah.
So leave the Apex to Power Slap.
Yep.
Use the UFC to travel the world.
Yeah.
And then do WWE, maybe like NXT or something small, like small end events, and the Apex or. You mean you can have?
They have their own. They have all their own facilities and stuff, though. Like they don't even need the UFC stuff.
Like Dana White Contender Series in the Apex, and then do
Ultimate Fighter
in the Apex. Like there's so much that could be utilized. except for having fight nights in it, you know?
Yeah. Well, and he mentioned like that's how the UFC got started, right? Like, you know, they didn't just go to Vegas and New York and Atlantic City like all the big boxing promotions and other fighting promotions did. They went to like all cities.
Sure.
And so, like, you know, he talked about wanting to get back to that.
I mean, they're going to Saudi. They're going to Abu Dhabi again, Saudi Arabia. Yeah. Manchester.
Obviously the thing in Spain is going to be something that they need to figure out. They've been to Australia. They're going back to Australia, to Perth in, I think, August. I mean, it's all good. Even around here, though, like even fights in the United States, right? Like within our country, and you do more like, you know, they did the UFC Charlotte last year. It was awesome. You do
Charlotte,
St.
Louisville.
Louis, you do Atlantic City, you do all these other cities. It's going to be great.
Spread it out.
They did like the year before that. They did like Jacksonville, and they've done a couple different places. Texas, they did. Austin, yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, get out of the Apex, dude. The events and cities are great. I would love for them to come to Atlanta. Maybe do it at the fucking. I mean, they'd probably do it at State Farm Arena. I would, if I had to guess. That'd be where they'd do it at.
Yeah, that's all good stuff, man. I can't. That's good. That's good news to hear. That's what people have been wanting to hear. So, love that.
And then we'll just kind of keep the trend going with this press conference. I mean, he talked about a bunch of shit. He did mention it's kind of unfortunate to hear, but I guess it's going to be cool to wait for this. He said the Sphere, the International Fight Week in the Sphere, is only.
Well, that's the Mexican Independence Day.
Yeah, Independence Day.
So
it's a one and done.
Yeah.
So like they're never going to go back to the Sphere again. It's a one-time deal with the owners of the Sphere. Like they had to make it he had to get a fight for it. So he was like, it's going to be the biggest fighting event of all time. Is basically what he said. Maybe not with the fights, but the pay-per-view itself leading up to it, everything. Like I'm sure
that whole event is going to be that place. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen those like videos from inside that place and stuff. That place is insane, man.
It's going to be wild.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
I'm curious to know how many it sits. The ticket prices are going to be outrageous.
Yeah, well, and I think that's probably has to do with why it's a one and done. I bet you it's absurdly expensive for them. I bet
the cheapest prices are probably going to be like $3,000.
Yeah, it's going to be really expensive, I think, for them to even rent that venue or do something in that venue.
Especially
They're not going to be able to sell as many tickets. Yeah. Yeah, but he said he was going to do it, so he's going to do it, you know.
Oh, they'll be awesome. It'll sell out.
Oh yeah. Easily, dude.
Yeah, it's going to sell out 100%.
Yeah, especially
so many rich people there, dude.
Well, and especially like, dude, you think about it's kind of same thing. Keep the news going, right? Like the Conor McGregor Michael Chandler is already over $20 million for the gate of that fight.
Yep.
Those tickets, you can't even. The cheapest ticket there is like $5,000.
I think it was like $1,800.
Not anymore. That's what I'm saying. Like not any. Like it's like insane, dude. And it's gonna and that's gonna like that's sold out.
The king is back.
Yeah,
the king is back, dude. I mean, it's gonna be great. You can't even like.
That's gonna be absurd, bro. That's gonna be absolutely absurd.
You think they'll put a title fight on that card?
I don't know.
I feel like I said it last year they weren't going to, but like then the kind of the hype around it kind of fell off a little bit, and then now it's kind of picking back up steam again.
Yeah.
So.
Well, man, that's tough.
I feel like you have to main event International Fight Week, as big an event as it is, but like to open a whole new division.
He is that big of a draw, though.
He is.
You know?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
He is. If there's anybody that could sell out an entire arena, sell more pay-per-views than anybody else, and it not even have a title attached to it, it's him. I don't think there's anybody else that could do that.
No, not at all. Like that's why, like people, like when Sean O'Malley says he's going to be like the next Conor, like I feel like he's not even close, regardless if he wins double champ status. I just don't think he's that close. Like I don't think anybody's that close.
If there should be
just such a different time now.
Yeah. So, but let's see. Any other news that I missed? I think there was like one or two things, maybe. John Stipe is the fight still. It's not changing. Dana's still stuck on it. John Stipe looking like it's going to be in late this year, right?
Yeah, he said, probably Madison Square Garden. So it's not going to be until November.
November.
So John Stipe, November. I mean, I don't know. That whole thing is a mess. This year,
Aspinall is going to have to fight someone in between time.
Yeah,
has to.
Yeah, but like that's like it's so stupid, man. It is. Like honestly, at this point, like this whole year is just chalked. Like this whole year for heavyweight is just chalked
because of John Stipe holding it up.
Well, really, John. I mean, like honestly, dude, like. Other fighters have relinquished the title to injury. John himself has relinquished the title in the past, right? Like I just feel like to hold on to that title and be like, I'm the champion, I'm fighting Stipe. The UFC caused a lot of this problems themselves anyway by making an interim title fight.
Yeah, and that was stupid.
Yeah, it was. It really was. Like you should have never done that. You should have never done that.
You should have just let these fighters keep fighting for the number one contender spot until we got to John and Stipe.
Right. And now, because now we're going to end up being, whatever it is, 18 months or 20 months, after John Jones beat Cyril Gane before you get him.
That happened January of last year, didn't it?
March
of last year. That's
so
right.
We're already over a year. You're already 14 months. So then you think in November, let's do some math. So it's 20 months. It's going to be 20 months.
That's fucked, actually, man.
Yeah.
That's fucked. Wow.
It is. Yeah. It's stupid, man. It's so crazy. Like, that's almost 2 years as champion with never defending the belt.
Yeah, like, they got to figure something out. I don't think if Dana is going to, but John Jones better win.
Oh
my God! If he doesn't win,
he will, dude. I mean, Stipe's like 44 years old, bro. Like that's the thing. Like, what are we talking about right now? Like, it's insane.
Imagine really John wins and he's like, "Nah, I think I'm gonna stay the champ. I'm not gonna actually retire." And then he puts us on another 10-month wait.
I honestly, dude, may never forgive him. If he does that and then doesn't fight Tom Aspinall, I may never forgive him.
I don't know.
That's going to be a tough piece, dude. That's going to be a tough piece for me.
I don't think I would either. That would piss me off. I need to see him and Tom before he retires.
Yeah, or just fucking call it, whatever, and give the belt up. But this whole going back and forth and who should I fight, Tom or Alex Pereira? Motherfucker, you're fighting Stipe. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, I don't even know why we're entertaining this bullshit. It's just, at this point, it's just gotten to be so frustrating.
I hope to hear something soon about it, man, just because I think the whole community needs it. And I think hopefully Dana does have something up his sleeve. I hope he does.
I don't think so, man.
I don't either. I think it's Stipe John in November at Madison Square Garden.
That's fucking whack.
So. Yeah. I mean, dude, he's another Conor, man. I mean, he's considered the GOAT of martial arts, dude. I mean, he did so much for Dana's business. There's no way Dana's going to be
he's giving him a insane amount of grace and to kind of just let him do whatever he wants.
No.
Yeah.
So,
fuck.
But unfortunate, man. But other than that, man, I don't really have anything else. I know you mentioned we had pictures of Conor McGregor in the booth, possible diss track recording. We don't really know. So we'll have to stay tuned to see what that's about. Whatever it is, it's going to be hilarious, I'm sure.
He did an intro for the Drake beef.
Yeah, maybe. That would be funny, actually.
He's like, Kendrick, what's up? Fuck you, Kendrick.
And then, boys, we are officially a week and a half from Cage Titans 65, where we will be in attendance, traveling from Georgia and Delaware for Cage Titan 65. See Joe Giannetti, Andrew Valdina, see a bunch of the boys. It's gonna be a good time.
I hope Joe Poirier gets a fight, man.
I know. It's awesome. Kind of like, I don't know what's going on with that, but yeah, hopefully they're still looking. Hopefully they can get something. So
where are we sitting at, Merc?
Front row, baby.
We're sitting front row, baby.
Front row. Hold on. Let's do the unveiling, too. Front row.
Let's go.
Front row. Hold up. Wait a minute. We're about to unveil the first line of media merch, boys.
So we'll be front row at Cage Titan 65. Rooting on the boys.
We got the fresh over the octagon Nike polos coming in hot.
A fish.
Let's go.
That thing's fucking clean, dude. I cannot wait.
OTO Media, baby. We're
here. The boys
are
going to be about that business.
I'm doing curls every day till then, bro.
Well, you did get a fucking small.
You did get a small, yeah. I don't understand that, but you look a lot bigger than a small, but I guess I'll find out May 24th.
Nasty's going to have that shit tucked in. He's going to have some, plaid, tight-ass pants on with some fucking Dockers.
Exactly what I'm wearing, Joel, so fuck off.
Hell yeah.
Throwing kicks.
Yeah, boy, here we go. 1.5 weeks. Cage Titan 65. The OTO crew is making their first drop on a fight event, and it's one of our favorite organizations out there, you know, so we'll be there. We'll be inside you, Plymouth. I'm finna come in there and crash you like The Rock, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man. And I'm actually going to wear plaid pants now. That's a good idea.
You know, that was my rap, dude. Like a little play off of Plymouth Rock, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, we call it. Yeah,
no, Nick didn't catch it at first, dog. He was too worried about the real Rock, you know, coming in there like the bald Rock. But yeah, boys, that's it, man. That's all I got for you. Nasty, you got anything?
Man, happy retirement, Matt Brown. You were one of the fucking dopest to do it, dude.
True.
Good call out.
He's a fucking badass.
Good call out.
Second most knockouts maybe ever. What a beast.
Yep, absolutely. Shout out.
I hope Laura Sanko had a wonderful Mother's Day.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Oh, my God.
All right, let's get off of here before we...
Yeah. We got to get off of here, boys. Hey, we'll catch you on the next one next week. Peace.
Peace.